I said last night that I would try to take you guys on a little bit of a tour of Miamisburg today. And I walked up to the store this morning, and I'm getting ready to walk back. But I'm hitting this corner, and I want to show you this school that when I was 15 and in the OWA program, I wasn't quite old enough to get a regular job. So the OWA program placed me in a job within the school district, Miamisburg School District. And they put me at kinder. I worked in the cafeteria with the janitor, and every day I would come over here. I get dropped off from the high school. My teacher at the high school in the OWA program would drop me off down here. I'll show you in just a second. I'm almost there. I'm like literally almost at the corner. There's the school bus. And every day, Monday through Friday, he would bring me down here, and we would set up the tables. And every day, we would get the lunchroom set up. Well, the gymnasium set up for lunch as a lunchroom. And then the kids would go through and they would eat their lunches. And we would change the trash out. And when they would all leave, we'd wipe those tables down. We'd put all the tables away, sweep them off the floor. See that big school right there? I don't want to walk over there because it is during school hours and there are students that are still out to see the school buses. Now, but that big building in the back right there, that wasn't part of it. That's been built on. But this big front, you go right into those front doors, right there, and you go in right in there. Well, you can't see them, the trees blocking them. But I would go in there, I'd set up the tables. I would wait for the kids to get done eating their lunch, clean up their mess, put the tables away so that they would have room to go in for gym. And then we would take the trash over to the dumpsters, and we would hang out with the other lunch ladies because down the street was where my junior high was. It's not there now. They tore it down last year. Actually, I'll cross over and walk backwards. Well, I'll walk on this side away from where the kids are and show you where my junior high was as soon as I can. We have a no walking zone. I can show you where it was because it's not there anymore. There's a bell there now. There's a parking lot, but I'll show you where it was. And then now they built a new library down at the other end of the street. I can show you that too. I can show you what is, where I used to live. Well, technically, it's still my permanent address, remember? We talked about that last time. But there's cars. Okay. See? I can walk that way. Cannot walk that way, which is where I need to go. Or maybe... I need to cross Central. Not 6th. I need to cross Central. There we go. Let's cross Central. Oh. I'm going to try to show you the school without showing you the students. It's 536 Central. Or maybe 6. But, hey. This one's always here, though, but you guys don't ever see it. SpongeBob. There's the school. See this really? There's school. That was where I worked at when I was 15 until I turned 16, and then I moved to Kmart, where my mom worked. She worked in Peoria County, and I worked in soft lines. Little puppy. Walk around, give the doggy space to protect his little family. And we're gonna walk down this way. Yes. We don't mess with people who have doggies like that because their doggies don't know us. Now, man, that doggy last night in Columbus that came running up to me, I said hi, Dad. Oh, so there's a story in Columbus last night. Or yeah, night before last, sorry, my days are kind of blended. So as I was walking up to Mirror Lake, I met this lady. I told you about her. Her name is Tammy. Yeah, Tammy has a name. Tammy has a name that means something in my family, or in my life. My family, but definitely my life. One of my best friends' name is Tammy. Hi, Tammy. I love her to death. She's one of the nicest, sweetest women you ever met. But she also has very low tolerance for bullshit. Me and her get along great because of that. Don't we, Tammy? No, I'm not throwing her name out there like that, but she is one of my best friends. I have quite a few friends. She's one of them. But also, my nephew's mom, who passed away 6 months ago, his name was Tammy. So the name Tammy. Oh, I can't forget that woman's name, not Tammy. Okay, so this lot is where my junior high sat. It was Neff Junior High. Oh no, Neff is 6th grade building. This was Wance Junior High. And oh, but look, man, the old school bell. Ain't that cool? Wish I could ring it. I like ringing bells. Moved from the old school building, erected in 1848 and moved and placed here by the Miamisburg School Alumni Association in 1928. Ain't that cool? 1848. And we're in 2022. 258, 68, 78, 78. 64 years old. 264-year-old building. Broader vision and a fruitful life is what that says. So, I mean, they turned it into a nice little sitting spot with a flag that's not flying and a bell that's not ringing. The truth shall make you free. Actually, the truth shall set you free is what the saying is. Not make you free, set you free. The truth shall set you free. Okay, when I talked about they built a new library. Well, there's the new library. I've never stepped foot in that one. Alright, but the old one, I'll walk you by that one here in just a second. The old one. I walked in front of the old one. Education is the builder of character. Well, actually, education is the builder of the mind. Your character is your integrity, your honor, who you are. For all the children of all of the people. I like that one though. But your character is depicted upon your integrity, your honor, how you will help people, how you will do for others if they have done for you, or how you will do for others even if they have not done for you, even if you know that those others are going to cause you harm and you still help them. That is your character. Education builds your mind, gives you information. It is what you do with that information that builds your character. You can have all the information and all the tools in the world, but if you don't know how to use them, or if you decide not to use them, if you decide to ignore it, well, all you're doing is hurting yourself. Because you're hurting your own character. So, we'll walk behind this building because this is the building where we used to take the trash. This building. It's where we would come down here, take the trash. It's where we would eat lunch. I'm gonna cut through the grass even though I didn't want my shoes to get wet, but yeah, it'll dry. What's a little morning dew? It's one of the purest waters in the world, ain't it? So, maybe I have another pair of socks back at the house. Another pair of shoes back at the house. Okay, so that Tammy lady. I was walking. She asked me for a cigarette. Well, you see, I don't have a cigarette. I have a scar. I only had 2 cigars left. So, but I shared one of them that I was smoking with her. I had smoked most of it, and I gave her the rest of it. And she said, well, where are you going? I said, I'm walking up here to Mirror Lake. It's like 2 miles up the road. But it's up here by the stadium. I'm going to walk up here. I'm going to film. Because I have a YouTube channel. And she didn't really care about having a YouTube channel. She didn't really care about going to Mirror Lake. She just wanted somebody to talk to. So I hung out with her for a few minutes. Well, a few minutes could have hurt me. But she needed it. She was alone in the middle of the night on the side of the street. She's homeless. I'm going to know. And, sorry, there was a car. There's another car. But she's homeless. Well, she was in a walker. You know, one of them has a seat, and she was sitting on it and pushing herself. And I looked down and I noticed this woman didn't have any shoes. Yeah, well, at first I forgot that I had packed away a pair of flip-flops with me, because I always pack away a pair of simple slip-on shoes, or I try to. I wear them, and I pack away a pair of tennis shoes, but I was traveling with a book bag, and I wore the heavier shoes. So it's this building. This building was the library. Was. And it's nothing right now. Literally, it's nothing. It's empty. This building was the library. I used to love coming to this building. I've done so much research in this building. This is where I found out about Patsy Cline's real name. Oh, don't ask me what it is right now. I can't remember. She was not born Patsy Cline. This is where I found out about the laws for Ohio for an underage kid having a kid. This is where I found out if my mother could force me to have an abortion, how many weeks. This is where I found out if she could force me to give my baby up for adoption. Was this building. I mean, I did a lot of homework assignments here. Don't get me wrong, I did a lot of homework assignments in this building. We didn't have internet like that back then. You didn't have it in your home. Not like that. And we didn't have it in our home like that. If you did, you had dial-up, and it took forever, and you didn't have access to everything you needed. So you still needed to go to the library to look up information in books. That's why I read a lot. I had really good grades for the most part, unless I missed school. If I didn't go to school, well, then I got bad grades. But I was always able to catch up. I was almost always an A-B student. Always. I'll show you guys something else that's over here real quick. I try to keep this one a little bit shorter because I haven't uploaded my other videos. So, I'm trying to keep the sun out of your guys' face. I know it's directly behind me. You guys like the shirt my friend gave me? She left it for me. She's on vacation. She's out. I think she's in Niagara Falls right now still, but she might not be. She might be headed back for all I know. But her and her boyfriend went on vacation the day that I was traveling in town. He surprised her and said, come on, let's go. And they went to Niagara Falls. Oh my God, that place is gorgeous. She sent me pictures. That place is gorgeous. I want to go. I want to see those wondrous falls. Because, I mean, I love seeing places. It's on my bucket list. Then again, there's not very many places that's not on my bucket list. But, so there's this fountain right here. What I don't like is that all the pathways out to the benches are, I can't walk to them right now. Let's listen. Isn't it gorgeous? All the pathways to these benches are Well, that one's got something on it, but they all got grass leading to them. And the grass right now is like super fucking wet, so I don't want to walk over to it. Because, I mean, yeah, I know I just said what's up with the little morning dew, but man, my shoes are already a little wet. If I walk through it, they're going to get soaked. Almost like I walked through a creek. Creek. So I'm going to walk over here. This gazebo. 2 friends of mine. And the friend who I'm staying with. And how many years has it been now? 10? About 10 years ago. This gazebo. We joined here, gathered here to watch 2 friends of ours get married. It was really sweet. We all got together, and the friend whose house I'm staying in, she was a bridesmaid. Oh, and it's dirty, man. There's trash. What is up with people just leaving their fucking... Oh, somebody was sleeping here last night. Here's a pillow. I get it now. Because, remember I said that Tammy chick, she was out on the streets. She laid down on the sidewalk with no pillow. She didn't have nothing. She didn't even have shoes. So, but I went to go get in my bag to grab my knee brace out. And, somebody walked my doggy. And I seen my flip-flops. I had them in another bag because I had worn them to the beach that morning. And, well, I wore them on a walk, and we ended up hitting a beach. So they had sand. They had sand in them. That morning before I had left out on my bus trip. So I didn't want sand getting all over and dirt getting all over my clothes and stuff. So I put them in a grocery bag. I put them in my bag. Well, as I was pulling my knee brace out to help me walk those 2 miles. I'd already walked 1. I needed to walk 2 more. And I went to look for my back brace. Dude, my back brace was missing. Why would somebody take my back brace? Somebody did. Somebody also took my shirt, the one that says, "This shirt turns black when I'm in pain." Yep, it came up missing too on the bus trip. I know I didn't leave it on the bus. I know for a fact I put it in my bag. It wasn't in my bag. Somebody took my snacks that I had packed. And I'm not mad about any of this shit. You know why? Well, because my book bag works really well as a back brace. And I'm only supposed to carry it for a couple hours a day, or I'm only supposed to use my back brace for a couple hours a day. And my core is now strong enough that I don't need it like I did before. It was supposed to be like a crutch, not a permanent use thing. It was only supposed to get me where I needed to be to where I could do it on my own, not an everyday, all the time use thing. And I've been using it now for a couple months. Somebody else needed it. The universe said somebody else needs it. Somebody else needs that shirt that says, "This shirt turns black when I'm in pain." Somebody else needs to be a billboard for pain. Because I'm a walking billboard for pain. And I'm not afraid to show my pain. I'm not afraid to tell you when I'm hurting. I can let you know when I'm in pain. I can replace that shirt too. I know I can. I know I will. Because it's like one of my favorite shirts. I will replace it. I know how to go and get it. They didn't. And those snacks, yeah, I mean, I could have used them. But I had already ate some out of it. So I had food in my stomach. Remember, I have a slower metabolism. It takes me longer. I also had a riding buddy who, me and him helped each other out. He needed something, and I had the ability to get it for him, and he had the ability to get me more food. So he bought me a bag of trail mix, a big bag of it, like a $5 bag of it, and a smoothie, which got me the vitamins and minerals I needed from fruits and vegetables, and then I had the trail mix to give me the protein and stuff I needed from that. So I got provided for. I helped somebody else out. But I pulled those shoes out, and I said, "Man, what size shoe do you wear?" And she told me. And I looked at these sandals, these little flip-flops. Now I've had these things for 6 years. They are one of my favorite pairs. They are really super comfortable. That's why I wear them as much as I did. I've wore them from Ohio down to the Carolinas, down to Florida, Louisiana. all the way out to California because I wore them in the car and I forgot my tennis shoes when we went to California. And we couldn't find another place to buy a cheap pair of tennis shoes. I didn't need an expensive pair, I just needed a cheap pair. Couldn't find a cheap pair of tennis shoes anywhere. We looked. Seriously. The Walmart we went to in California was more like a Kroger here in Ohio. They had groceries. They didn't have clothing and stuff like Ohio stuff. The Dollar General was more like a Dollar Tree. Or the Dollar Tree was more like a Dollar General. But they still didn't have shoes. They had flip-flops and stuff, but I didn't need flip-flops. I already had those. I needed tennis shoes. So, that night before last, that lady needed shoes. She needed something to protect the bottom of her feet going across those concrete in Columbus. She needed it. She absolutely needed it, and I had something I could provide for her because, guys, look, I have tennis shoes. I have a good pair of tennis shoes. These were expensive. Well, to me, they're expensive. To other people, they're in like chump change. But these were like $60 pair of tennis shoes that I take really good care of. I had those flip-flops for 6 years, and they were a gift to me. My sister-in-law didn't like them. She didn't like the way they felt. She didn't like the way they... So she wasn't going to wear them. I put them on once and said, oh, I love these. She said, well, you can have them. I'm never going to wear them. And I've worn them for 6 years. But I didn't need them like that anymore. She does. So I gave them to her. And I'm not telling you this because I'm looking for anything, really. I'm telling you this because there are people out here who need stuff, and we have it. And you guys know I don't have a whole lot. I don't have 50 pairs of shoes. With me, I only had my tennis shoes and those flip-flops. I have another pair of flip-flops that were given to me a couple weeks ago that are nowhere near in the same category of comfortableness or even quality. But they'll work for what I need flip-flops for. They'll work to slip on a pair of shoes to walk across the floor. They'll work for, just going to the store real quick and just needing something to slip on and not want to put on socks and shoes. They will work for what I need. This woman had nothing on her feet. I could help. I did. Yeah, people talk about all the time, oh, I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll give you the shoes off my feet. Well, I didn't give her the shoes off my feet, but I gave her shoes out of my bag. And they are shoes that I wear all the time. And most people I know won't even give you shoes that they don't wear. Most people I know won't even give you clothes that they don't wear. I have one friend who occasionally, about once a year, she cleans out her closet, she cleans out her drawers and stuff, and she gives me the clothes that she doesn't wear. And they usually fit me pretty well. She gave me the shirt today. And sometimes she gives me stuff she does like, but she knows that doesn't fit her, the way she likes it to, but it would fit me really well because we have similar body forms, but she's got bigger chest than I do, and some other shirts are meant for smaller chests. I've got different waists than she does, and some of them just don't fit right around the waist, but they fit great in the legs, but we have the same length of legs. So there's things that she buys for herself, and she just doesn't like the way that they fit. So she'll give them to me, because she knows they'll fit me a little bit better. Thank you, darling. I do appreciate all that you've done for me. You've kept me clothed for many years. Many years. I cannot say that you have not kept me clothed many years. Yeah, but to see this gazebo now that I'm sitting underneath, see? I've watched this gazebo bring shelter from rain. A place to sit like I am now, just to sit and talk. A wedding. But also, for somebody last night, this was home. And that could easily be me. That could easily be me. I know it. Listen at those bells toll. As I tell you, that pillow in there could be mine. I know it. Do you? Do you understand? That woman on the side of the street the other night could be me. If I didn't have the love that I have given to me from the few people who give it. If I didn't have my friend whose apartment I'm at providing me with clothing, it could be me. If my sister-in-law didn't provide me with a ride, it could be me. My sweetheart didn't come get me. If he didn't provide me with food, with love. And you guys are thinking love like that, but that's really what I mean by love. Oh, now we're at a Veterans Memorial. So. Look how that flag does not fly, even at this Veteran Memorial. For the Vietnam War. World War II. Veterans Memorial Park. And this one's way different than the one that's in Bay City. The Veterans Memorial Park in Bay City has a helicopter right outside of it, up on a thing. Has a playground for kids to go run around and play in. It's right on the river. It's the one that I walked past the other day, and I showed you guys the kids all down there because the concert was going on. This one is literally a memorial. It's a memorial to the library that used to be here. It's a memorial to the gazebo that used to bring so much joy to people, and it now is a homeless person's place to sleep at night, shelter. It's a memorial to all of those who lived and died for this country. So, I'm ending this. Thank you. Most of them just don't know any better.